Welcome in to the Flame Sister podcast presented by OrthoVirginia. He's Joe Yock. I'm Matt Warner.
You got a bad knee, you go ortho. You got a shoulder, you go to ortho.
They are.
You got a wrist, ortho.
You know, nationally recognized physicians provide advanced surgical and non-surgical care to patients of all ages. You can't beat that.
I mean, you're surgical, you're not.
They don't say,
surgical.
oh, I'm sorry, you're too young. No, you're too old.
Get them out of here.
No ageism, all ages. Welcome.
Surgical,
you're welcome
non-surgical.
here. You're welcome at OrthoVirginia. And you're welcome on this podcast as well. Joe, I'm thrilled to have you here, first of all. But more than that, we are thrilled to have Ritchie McKay joining us here in just a little bit.
That's a much bigger thrill than Joe Yock.
Men's basketball head coach. Going to talk about the upcoming season. Maybe see what he's been up to this offseason as well. Probably just kicking back, relaxing after that conference championship. Just saying like, this is too easy. Put his feet up. Just, you know how he is. Really just dwells on past accomplishments.
You know what? He's a self-back patter.
Right.
Yeah. Just, here's what I did.
Right.
Here's who I am.
Preseason favorite in Conference
number
USA.
one.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Ritchie.
Right.
Just sat around eating bonbons.
Yes.
Tea and crumpets.
It's all about Ritchie. Yeah, he's known for that. Right. No, we'll talk to him. Excited to have him on the show here in just a little bit.
You better have some fire in him this year because he's got squad.
He does have a squad. He does have a squad. He is the envy of Conference USA with what he brought back. Yes. All right, let's get to some other stuff real quick, though, before Ritchie joins us. Football, bye. 18 days between games, Joe.
That's a long time.
I've made my kind of opinion known about
You have?
that. Well, kind of the midweek stuff. I understand why you do it as a conference. I don't know if the coaches love it. I know there's the routine of it that it throws you out of, certainly with these midweek games. And then you get stretches like this where it's basically like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
As a coach, does that freak you out a little bit? Is that too long? You want some time. Sure, a bye week's great. You can get healthy sometimes. But 18 days seems like a long time to keep your guys locked in for that amount of, now coming up for huge games coming out of it.
Let me tell you how this plays out.
Tell me.
Let me tell you. If you're a coach, right?
Yeah.
There's two ways you look at this. If you're a team who's playing really, really well and firing on all cylinders and you're hot,
You hate it.
you're hot, right? You're like, let's keep this thing rolling. Right? And you're like, well, what are we going to do giving all these guys time off? If you're a team who's not playing well, especially on the offensive side of the football, the way that you approach it is the more time I have to get practice reps, I'm going to make practice as highly intense as possible. Get these guys the quality practice reps in order to show exactly we have a sampling size now of games.
Yeah.
Here's where we're weak. Here's where we need to get better. Here's what we do well. Here's what we do bad. And then you take all those weaknesses and you go bam, bam, and you just hammer them. And you just hammer. And so like the more time you have to hammer those home, the more that I want that as a coach. So when I show up to the game, the next following game, it's easy, baby.
Okay.
Like you got to make the practices. You got to make the practices harder than the games. Like your quality reps are in those practices. And so in Liberty situation right now, you're going to find out a lot about, especially this offense, what type of growth they had by how well they play. And the other thing too is you got all the time to drop the stuff.
Sure.
That you for your next game, and you usually find that out in like the first couple of drives.
Yeah.
What weaknesses does that other team have that you've had so much more time to prepare for, and how it's good for the coaches to have also. So in this situation, I think it's fantastic that they had this time.
So you would say coming out, which I think is Delaware November 1st, I think is their next game. If this offense is meh, then that's just it is what it is. Because at that point you've had all this first half of the season, then you've had this long amount of time to try to figure out, they always talk about self-scouting during stretches like this, really analyzing you.
Correct.
As opposed to always having to be preparing for the next game. So this will tell you, does this offense have a chance to improve and become something we haven't seen to this point? Or is this just is what it is and you got to find a way to kind of navigate around it?
Okay, here's a perfect example. I'll give you a very specific example, right? What were we moaning and groaning? Like we like Ethan Vasco. We like a lot of things he's doing. What was the one thing that we were moaning and groaning about Ethan Vasco?
Consistent accuracy.
Well, consistent correct. And part of that is what? Pull the trigger. Right? We talked about he holds the ball too long.
Yeah.
So you now have all this practice time where Willie Korn, Jamie Chadwell can hone him in the film room on the practice field and be like, throw it, Throw it. And then, so when you come out into this next game, you're going to be able to tell a lot, right, about his once again, it goes back to, is he capable of making the throw? 100% he's capable. But a big part of that is like the willingness to see it and pull the trigger. Yeah. And I think if he's still holding the football in these next games, then it's what you said. It just is what it is.
Yeah. All right. Quickly, looking around Conference USA, we touched on it a little bit last week. 2 unbeatens remain in conference play. Kennesaw State 2-0, Jack State 3-0. After that, you got a bunch of teams with 1 loss, Liberty involved in that. And then Delaware, New Mexico State, UTEP, Middle Tennessee, Sam Houston, all with multiple losses. So, do a little scoreboard watching this week if you're a Flames fan. All right? Liberty may be done with the midweek games. Thank goodness. But other teams are not.
Is not.
Tuesday, Kennesaw State at FIU. FIU beat up on Western Kentucky here recently. So that's no sure thing for the Owls.
Kennesaw State, undefeated.
Undefeated in conference play.
FIU beats them. Another 1-loss team.
That's right. Western Kentucky at Louisiana Tech. One of those 2 teams is going to have 2 losses after that game. So that's big. And then you get Middle Tennessee, Delaware, Missouri State, New Mexico State.
Delaware's going to kill Middle Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee's not good.
Yeah,
no, Delaware's not
bad.
Delaware's not bad. Missouri State's not bad. I'm trying to tell you. Those teams are pretty good. So you've got some games to kind of keep an eye on. Are those teams ahead of you? Jack State's next game, they're at Middle Tennessee on Wednesday, October 29th. So chalk that one up for them.
See, Jack State doesn't really matter.
That's true.
Like all we need to do is Jack State wins out. Like that's almost a good thing, right?
Yep.
But you want FIU to win, right? Yep. You want them to beat Kennesaw on whatever.
Yeah.
And then Middle Tennessee's not going to beat Delaware.
Yeah.
What's Delaware's conference record right now?
Let me pull it up.
Pull that bad boy out. We got to.
Delaware right now is 1-2 as well.
Okay, they're 1-2.
Yeah.
All right, so they got 2 losses, right?
Of the teams ahead of you, so Liberty doesn't play Western Kentucky.
Correct.
You'd like them to pick up a loss. You do play Louisiana Tech. So you can control that if you take care of business there. So I would think for this game coming up, the Western Kentucky La Tech game, if you're a Liberty fan, you probably cheer for La Tech, right?
Correct.
At home, it's at La Tech, beat Western Kentucky, and then Liberty can hopefully get over
that would give Western Kentucky 2 losses.
Yep.
Right? And then if you beat La Tech and you have 1 loss, you win the head-to-head.
Right. And keep in mind, I believe it's the last week of the year, second straight season this has happened. Western Kentucky, Jack State meet in that final game. So that could be a big one that last week as well. Liberty, Kennesaw State that last week. There are a lot of things, the way this is trending, that final week could be a lot on the line in that final week if things keep heading this way. Long way to go still, but just a quick glimpse of that. All right, quickly, some news and notes from around.
It goes back to that song.
What's that song?
Taking care of business.
Every day.
Every day.
Every way.
Taking care of
That's right. That was a good one. You know, when I was in
taking care of business and working overtime.
Yeah. Oh, I played one year. I played high school basketball for this little Christian school.
Yep.
And the AD, that must have been his favorite song because he played that song every time we took the floor. He queued up "Taking Care of Business."
You know what?
That was the song he played.
I like that AD.
Yeah. He's
a solid guy.
Yeah. We did, and we did. We did take care of business. All right, quickly, some news and notes from around Liberty. Demario Douglas.
Could you get to the rack at all?
I was more of a guy around the perimeter.
You wanted to shoot.
Catching fire.
You're a catch and shoot guy.
Yeah.
You weren't.
I would have fit in well in this Ritchie McKay system.
You weren't pump faking and getting to the rack.
No.
You know, like Colin, he'll pump fake. You get to.
No, it's one of those things where like later in life,
you got better.
You figured it out, and like, man, I wish I would have realized I could have done a little bit more of this. I didn't play. I could have played for Ritchie on the offensive end. I wasn't about to defend.
You know what? You're not a fighter. I
wasn't about to. You know.
Yeah, you're not scrapping and clawing. You're not in the gaps in the pack line.
No. I'm trying to leak out.
You're leaking out.
Yeah. All right, some news and notes. Demario Douglas, 3 catches, 17 yards, and a win for New England over Tennessee. They continue to roll.
Talk about a team that's rolling.
They are rolling. Drake May's balling right now.
Drake May is balling. Drake May and Demario Douglas. New England Patriots are becoming.
Yeah, they're looking really, really good.
One of my teams.
Mason Fluharty has made 3 appearances in the ALCS against the Mariners. Remember, he's the rookie reliever for the Blue Jays, and he'll play tonight in a Game 7. Now, Jays, Mariners, we'll see.
I watched that ball game last night.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And we got ourselves a Game 7.
High drama. High drama.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. We'll see if Mason gets into the ball game. He's pitched well in 2 of his 3 outings. Taelon Peter. So Friday was the last preseason game for the Pacers. I do want to ask Ritchie about Taelon a little bit. But that was their last preseason game. Taelon, 9 points, 5 boards, 4 assists against the Spurs. He was one of the first guys off the bench in that game, and they did play a lot of their starters in that game. So it's going to be interesting now to watch how much opportunity does he get as the regular season starts Thursday. They play against the Thunder, the reigning champs. So I think he did everything.
Wait, they open up against the Thunder?
Yeah, I think he did everything in the preseason, maybe more than they expected.
Yeah.
For him to, 5 rebounds, you expect him to shoot it well.
Yeah.
5 rebounds, 4 assists. It's all working right now for Taelon Peters.
Love
I'm
it.
excited to see what that looks like.
Love it.
All right, quickly, some other things. Number 7, Liberty Field Hockey. Number 7 in the country, beat Providence, St. Joe's over the weekend.
Too easy.
They have 2 losses on the year, Joe, and you know this well. You're a field hockey guy.
I'm a field hockey fan.
2 losses on the year.
Yep.
You lost by 2 goals, 3-1 to number 2, UNC.
UNC and Virginia, right?
1-0 to number 3, UVA.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 losses. They've been fantastic. So they continue to roll. Women's soccer won at Delaware 2-0. They are first place in Conference USA. They did not lose on the road this year, 6-0-2. Remember, they host the Conference USA Championship here starting November 2nd. So everything's setting up very well for the ladies as they'll have, hopefully, be able to lock up that 1 seed and then host here that week.
That's fantastic.
So things are looking good there.
Yeah.
Men's soccer, a tie with Western Illinois. They have 5 ties this season. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just, I know it's a soccer thing, but that hurts me. They're in second place in the OVC, though. They're playing well. Volleyball split with Middle Tennessee. They host FIU this weekend here, so come out for that. And finally, Emily's not here, so I feel like somebody has to do this. She would have led with this. Allie Zealand at cross country, for a second meet in a row, she set a program record in the 6K.
Shocker alert.
She broke Cali Doan's record, the namesake for Emily's child. We assume. She hasn't confirmed that.
Oh, that's right.
6K in 19 minutes, 40 seconds. Beat Cali's record by 10 seconds. It was 28 seconds better than Allie's previous personal.
Wow.
She is
rolling.
I mean, yeah, she's very good.
I wonder how I'd hold up in that race.
Yeah, I don't know. Joe, you were saying 6K. She went 1940. You were thinking like 22,
Wait.
23.
6K is like, what is that?
I don't know.
3 miles.
How long
give me
is
some distance.
6K?
It's got to be a little over 3 miles.
3.73 miles.
So it's almost 4 miles.
So you
and
probably
how long?
She in 1940. So I'd give you, 21 minutes flat?
1940.
That's what it says.
Holy Toledo.
You think you did 21, 22? Something like that? Yeah.
I got a great line for that, but I can't.
Yeah,
I can't
okay.
say
All right. So, yeah, she's crushing it, doing great as always. Listen, before we get to Ritchie, want to remind you, Liberty, what is our Flame Central, the mailbag. Flame Central at liberty.edu. Please send us any questions you may have. I sent out a mug this past week. Yep, still sending those out.
Good.
So hit us up. Any questions you have related to football, upcoming basketball season, life questions, financial advice, whatever you need. Yeah. Joe's here for that.
We're here. We're here.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a wide range.
Listen, you have relationship issues.
Yes.
Joe's here. He's seen it all.
Hey, I've been married for 20.
That's right. We're talking to an expert.
6 years, 8 years. How long have I been married for?
Yeah,
almost 30.
Almost 20 of those were happily married. So,
I would say,
you don't have to break it down.
No, my wife would kill me.
She's not watching.
She's not watching.
She's not watching.
Kill me. Those first 6 months were fantastic.
So hit us up, Flame Central at liberty.edu with any questions you may have, and you might just get one of these beautiful mugs. We send them out every single week. All right, for now, it's the reason you came. Let's talk to Ritchie McKay. Ritchie McKay here.
Yes.
Sitting. Listen, we have left this chair open now for weeks.
Yeah. It's now my chair.
It's okay.
Like, she may not come back, guys.
I know.
You know that.
I know. Well, so our numbers have spiked over the last month. I'm not saying
I wasn't going to ask.
That could be purely coincidental.
Yeah,
but that is the truth.
Let me just say this. I think
this is going to be brutal.
This is my 7th or 8th time on the Flame Central podcast.
Yeah, you're
You're
way
top of the list.
Which is just like 2 less than hers. Oh, so I'm just like, I mean, I don't want to indict anyone, but I'm thinking maybe like we could be a team.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. We'll make you this permanent. Absolutely.
Emily, I want to let you know I'm not putting up with this.
Yeah, right.
We're McKay out.
Listen, if we have a hard enough time getting her here, she's not watching this on her own.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's not watching this on
If
her
she
own.
hears about it, Jason will say, "Hey, they talked about you at the beginning."
Yeah, somebody will
then
tell
she
her,
may
but she's
tune
not,
in.
yeah.
But
All right, Coach, you're in.
yeah.
It's almost here, Coach.
Yeah.
Season's almost here.
Yeah.
Preseason favorite in the conference. I know you love hearing that.
Yeah, here we go.
No, but when you look at this team, first off, I love there's so many guys people know. Like that is rare when you look around the country. Like for fans, I know you appreciate it.
Yeah.
But for your fan base to go, oh yeah, Zach Cleveland. Like, oh yeah, Colin Porter.
Yeah, it's becoming less and less the norm in college athletics, especially football, men's basketball. So absolutely, we're blessed. Those 3 dudes, and Brett, and Xander,
Right.
And JC, they have helped us continue and grow our culture. And I know that's a buzzword and all that, but it is meaningful. It's significant that you have guys that know your language, that know the atmosphere, that can sense when it's really healthy and when it's not. I think it's paramount these days that you're able to retain not only your best players, but your roster. If those guys, we've had some guys that have left because they wanted to experience a bigger role, and I'm okay with that.
Sure.
Honestly, like this is their one time to have a chance to paint their dreams, and if they feel like, and we've had some really good players ahead of them. So like I don't think I'm going to get the minutes, and you want to go, like our template, great teammate, fully invested, and you'll get an opportunity to come back. But I'm okay with the guys that leave for more minutes, but I'm incredibly grateful for the ones that return and want to keep elevating our program.
Yeah. How much harder is it to keep those guys? I mean, like we look around the conference, and I think the number I had early in the offseason was 22 of the top 25 scores in Conference USA are gone. You bring back 2 of the top 3. Simeon Cottle being the other one from Kennesaw State. Like, I mean, just how difficult is that? How much do you have to be? How much is that thought in your mind, even not just at the end of the season? Because I'm sure if you think about it at that point, it's probably too late.
Yeah.
Like, how much are you having to consider all the options all the time?
Yeah, 1,000% right on that. Like, there's analytics guys across the country, especially at those Power 5 levels, that are following every mid-major program. Like, we're the next best thing.
Right.
We're the G League in their eyes.
Yeah.
So, like, they're looking at those rosters and saying, hey, this guy can bring this to our program. So they're hitting up their agents or their AAU coaches talking about, man, boy, if Colin Porter, he'd look really good at our level. Yeah. And when, like, the discrepancy of rev shares for those programs compared to ours, it's significant.
What was the report? Kentucky, which I know you're close to, but $20 million roster. I don't know how much of that G's getting, but $20 million for their roster this year? Yeah. That's incredible.
$22 million.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shortchanged them. Sorry about that.
And it's, again, like if you're a businessman out there and you can't afford an NBA team, why not go buy a college team?
Sure.
And I just think, and again, I'm not saying it's wrong, and I'm actually a proponent of thinking or believing student athletes should get compensated. I just think for most of us that are in the profession, like the guardrails being unestablished or undefined is really hard.
Yeah, sure.
And if they just brought back the transfer restrictions, like if you give them one transfer and after that they've got to sit out a year,
I like that.
It would curtail a whole lot of this.
Sure. Yeah.
Because in what other industry or sport are you a free agent every year? Mm-hmm. And there's no retribution for leaving a place after you sign a contract. Like it just doesn't happen in the world. So I think in some cases we're setting our young ones up for failure.
Yeah, yeah.
So with that being said, Coach, how do you, the argument back to that, a coach, these coaches sign these contracts, and then like, you know what, I got a better opportunity at wherever next, and they can leave to go to the next to the next school. So if you're sitting in the player's shoes, I agree with you. Like I think, like, do you think there maybe needs to be some restrictions both ways?
Well, there are. Like coaches have buyouts. Like if I were to leave, I'd have to write a big check. So, but the players don't. They don't have that. They get that compensation from school A, and if they want to go to school B,
Yeah, they're not. Yes, they're not held accountable for anything.
They can go
in writing of that contract.
Yeah. So I do think those are apples to oranges in a sense. And again, student athletes aren't employees, right?
So you can't, That's
you
a good
can't
point.
put those buyouts in there, and that's why I think you gotta have some kind of deterrent for them to just jump in the portal every single year. Because ultimately what the bigger issue is, and this is my opinion, it could be wrong. Like if we're educators, and I think that's what we're supposed to do as coaches, like how, in what other world can you just up and go when A, it gets hard, or B, you just got a better opportunity and you just keep going and chasing the money? Right. Like we're setting them up for failure in the ability to persevere through some tough times, or making decisions based on your convictions and not just your opportunity. Because I say this all the time. One of my mentors said, without clear convictions, your opportunities will make your choices.
Yeah.
And I think that's not good for.
Quote.
That's not good for relationships. It's not good for, in my opinion, the shift from me-centric to other-centric.
Do you think it will change as the Wild West gets sort of reeled in here, which we've seen, like, hey, we've closed down one of the transfer portals. Yeah. Do you think eventually that these things will happen where there will be some type of balance and it will change?
Yeah, I think it's we're going to need some, well, I say we, the NCAA, will need some antitrust protection in order to do so they can implement rules without being a lawsuit every single time someone wants more eligibility. And like the Diego Pavia, the quarterback at Vanderbilt, who we saw at New Mexico State.
We know him well.
Yeah, we do.
Very well.
Like that case really, it changed all of college athletics. Yeah. What's ironic about that, the judge that made that decision, ultimately, I think has said he probably would have made a different decision if he would have known the outcome of that. And therein lies like, well, there's no turning back the clock.
Yeah.
And he's got Vanderbilt ranked 15, and hats off to Clark Lee, his staff, and the Commodores. They're good.
Yeah.
But like without him, would they? Because he struck the Heisman pose this week.
He did.
Would they be as
LSU.
good as they are?
Yeah.
See, Emily wouldn't have known that.
She would not a chance.
Not a chance.
Yeah,
like,
not a chance.
I'm watching all kinds of
sports. You're grading out very well. Right
thank
now,
you.
I'll tell you that. Let's get back to your team though. We think back to last year and all the success you guys had winning the conference. You bring back, you bring back all these guys, but every year the identity changes a little bit, the pieces change. With what you had leave, Javon, Owen, Taelon, and what you're adding, how does this team look a little bit different? And maybe they don't look that way right now, but as you look forward and think what they should be or could be, how do they look different on the floor?
Yeah, Javon, Taelon, Owen, Bryson, Gabriel.
Yeah.
Like, and not Curdy and Will, those guys, Kai, those guys got different opportunities, but the others left and they had a major impact on the floor or off the floor. So every team, we know this going in as coaches and people that are responsible for leading an organization. Like you can never have the same or the same team or the same chemistry every year. It's bound to change. So I think what's incumbent upon us is to recognize where your team's strengths are and empower those individuals, especially that are in the room wearing the jerseys, to lead. And I do think we have capable leaders in Zach, Colin, Caden, Xander Yates. Yeah. I do think we have that capability. It's just the blend from the old to the new. We have 7 guys this is their last year of eligibility, and 6 guys, or maybe it's 6 and 7, that this is their first year in our program. There's a huge gap. There's only 2 guys in the middle. Isaiah Enan, who just recently got his Appeal 1, where he's got 2 years left, and Brett Decker, who's got 3 years, including this one, left. So there's only 2 guys in the middle. Man, it's a big difference between those 22, 23, 24-year-olds and 17 and 18. So how they are intentional about bringing some commonalities into their day, I think is really important for our chemistry, our development as a program.
Isaiah Enan, which, by the way, I mean, might be the oldest man in college basketball, what's all said and done. I think he's just told me he just turned 25 here the other day ago. His health, Josh Smith, their health. When you look at this roster, it feels like if those guys stay healthy, boy, you got everything you need just on paper. Where do those guys stand in their return from injury a year ago?
Yeah, it's a fair question, Matt. I don't know yet. Like Josh is healthy again. He played in our scrimmage the other day. He's got a runway that is gonna, like, he hasn't played a game since February of 2024. So there's a confidence runway that he's en route of. When that thing takes off, I'm not sure. He's committed enough. He's talented enough. But if you've ever had a player that's come back from an injury, like those variables, you just don't know what's going to happen. They're unpredictable. And Isaiah, who was like taken off, he was headed for an all-league season, but he's had 3 and 4 years. So but he's doing everything in his power to get back and return to play, which I'm very thankful for the posture of those two individuals. They're inspiring in their dedication. But we've also made decisions based on their return. Like we've turned down some guys that we thought could help us because we were committed to them. So I'm hoping that pays off. It has from a culture standpoint, without a doubt. But like if those two aren't healthy, then we'll be lesser talented.
Right.
Because and that's part of this general management roster declaration role that is imperative now. We're learning as we go.
God, because let me try to spit this question out where it can actually make sense. I've got it floating around in my head.
Hell no.
I see it.
The wheels are spinning. And it's good.
When he gets that far away look in his eye, it glaze over.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Okay, so you talk when you have a culture that you're trying to establish, and then you have applying of that culture. Then you have a chemistry issue because you have so many new players coming in that you're trying to blend with veteran players.
Yeah.
How do you balance all that thing out to say, like, when you have a culture and you have all these veterans, like, you can present the whole culture of this is what we want, exactly what our program to be. Well, when you have these blended players come in, and then you've said it in the past before, like when you're playing on the defensive side of the ball, of the court, then we might not be able to teach everything that we have to teach in order to be who we are defensively. We have to make some sacrifices there. So when you have this culture and this chemistry, what is the best way to blend those two together where it makes sense?
Your expectation for Zach Cleveland will look a little bit different than somebody that's new to the program in terms of what
then you're telling Zach to be this, but this guy over here also understand, like, well, he is not even close to where Zach Cleveland is. So how do I maybe give a little bit towards him, but expect more from Zach? Did that make sense?
Yeah, you got there. I think you eventually got there. Yeah.
It's a great question.
Thank you. And we'll let Emily know that.
I'm just going to clip just that and send that to her.
And I think, like we've talked about before, like there are some non-negotiables that, look, you got to adhere to, period. Whether you're 4th year Zach Cleveland, 5th year Isaiah Eden, like, look, man, this is the way we do things. And then there's some concessions that you got to have for the guys that haven't experienced it yet. Like our freshmen that played in the scrimmage, like they're eyes wide open. And like, it's going to be deer in the headlights when they play their first game. It's the collegiate level. And so I do think we've been in this long enough to know, all right, if it's true that you can't authentically give away what you don't possess. I know, because of my Lord and Savior, the grace that I possess in my life. So I think I can authentically give it away. Like I'm not gonna make decisions that are long-term based on how an individual is without any experience. Like we'll extend grace to him and keep teaching him. That being said, like, look, we're trying to win the game.
Right.
So we're gonna put the guys on the floor that we trust enough, who have deposited enough in practice, that hopefully can help get us the desired outcome.
Yeah, it's good. I'm going to give you just a guy's name, and I just want your kind of give me like one sentence, something about them, like right now. How you're feeling about this guy right now.
You want me to give the scouting report to the rest of the – okay,
exactly.
Great. That's
exactly.
Great.
Coach, you're a pro. You're not giving the scouting.
I know. We know you're not giving
Don't even try that.
And so our fans need to know some of these guys and maybe how you see them right now.
This is just for the fans.
This is all for the fans, Coach. This is all for the fans. We do this for the kids. JJ Harper. Transfer from West Liberty.
relentless, unselfish, unbelievable defender.
Good. That's good. That's good. I like that. Ryan Jones Jr.
Talented, huge potential, and learning our mantra of what you do every day is more important than what you do every once in a while.
It's good.
Nice.
A guy.
Coach, you're doing great.
Yeah. Thank you. 2 for 2.
Here's a guy
This is great for the fans.
I've been very high
I like
on.
this segment.
Yeah, and I've said a lot about how I feel about this guy, Brett Decker Jr.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that because you love offense.
Can I just tell you? Yes,
love
I do.
offense.
Yeah.
So,
Here's and Coach, listen. At this point, I trust you. Whatever decision you make, I feel like I trust you.
But
for me,
do consult, Matt.
Wait a minute. I watched the show. The show. I know when you put those jabs in there. Yeah, and Brett Decker should be playing more. I don't know what he's doing.
No.
But you don't say it like that.
I don't say it like that. I don't say it like that.
But you suggest that there's some coaching decisions that are being
I think it's
not being made.
It's more like the compliment sandwich. Usually I will obviously Coach McKay knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
but there's this.
Does he really?
But yeah.
That's what it is. Coach McKay knows what he's doing, but does he really?
Here's my thinking.
If we would have played him more against Oregon.
I did not say that. I did not say that. Could he, so this is a little bit, I'm asking you a real question here. Could he potentially play a little bit of that Taelon Peter role from a year ago? Could he fit into that mold?
I could predict your questions. I really could.
Yeah, I know.
I told Bill Smith, our SID,
I don't hide this well.
About Brett Decker being Taelon Peter.
I know.
Brett Decker Jr. is Brett Decker Jr.
No, absolutely.
Taelon's wearing an NBA
I
logo
want to ask
jersey.
you about him in a second.
I love Brett.
Yeah.
You know what? Brett has this offensive giftedness that every program needs. He really does.
Sort of like Taelon Peter.
He can rock out.
Yeah.
He's actually better off the bounce than Taelon
I agree.
is. Yet there's you can't just have one superpower unless you're Darius McGee.
Sure.
He was unstoppable. And still be have an impact on our program with just being satisfied with that one superpower.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get his game to a level that he's more complete, because if he is, he'll be an all-league player.
Yeah.
He's got it like that. So yeah, I'm hoping for more minutes from him, and he can do similarly what Taelon did for us coming off the bench from a scoring standpoint.
That's all I'm saying, Coach.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate his progress with what you're trying to accomplish?
Well, now, mind you, we got Taelon after 4 years of college.
Yeah, he's a mature kid.
Yeah, he's 22
But
years.
from a progress standpoint, like when you say that, like you can't just you have to have more than one superpower. You got to get good at other things. Where would you rate his progress and then buying into that?
It's a little skewed. Good question. Yeah. But again, he's playing in the backcourt with Colin Porter,
right?
Maybe the best competitor this side of the Mississippi,
right?
And Caden Matheny, who's ridiculously good,
right?
I mean, like, who wouldn't take Caden? So, like, he's sharing the backcourt minutes with them. Yeah. And now you add defensive specialist J.J. Harper. You can slide Zach down to the 3. So, like, his minutes still lie in the middle somewhere.
Right.
But he is making great progress. I'm really happy with him.
Good.
Sounds like you got good problems.
Yeah, right. In the depth, again, if all these health and everything, like you look at this roster, I mean, I think you would agree, you have a chance to be a lot deeper than you were a year ago.
Yes, definitely. The issue is, like, will we sacrifice what we want individually for what we want as a group?
Yeah.
And I think when you have more depth, there's more expectation to play, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm good, man. I deserve to be out there, and it's true. Yet we might not have or need the role that you want because we have some other guys that can fulfill that. So will you concede enough of that ego to give us the role that we need?
Coach, that's not an easy job.
No, it's not. Yeah. Last one for me, and we'll let you go. How much Pacers are you watching? What are you hearing from Taelon? And how impactful can that be for you? This is an opportunity really at Liberty you never had.
Yeah.
In that you can say, hey, see that guy?
Showcase your program.
Yeah. See that guy going for 9, 5, and 4 the other night against the Spurs? And like that he came through here.
Yeah, Taelon earned that. And I think the guys that he was on the court with helped his cause too, because of how selfless and team-oriented they are. I mean, you follow the recruiting trail. It's already given us a bump in recruiting. It just legitimizes you when you have a guy that's, a second-round draft pick in the NBA, and Taelon's my guess is he'll be on the opening day roster. And I mean, think about how he's going to feel if he gets to check in playing his first game against the Oklahoma City Thunder in front of a sellout. So, man, really proud of him and excited for him and his future. And certainly it helps brand, if you will, our program. We're not satisfied with that. I know it's the first time in, 40 years? Something like that we've had a player drafted, or drafted in the second round. But I do think, we've had a bunch of pros. Holmesley, Scotty James, Darius McGee. Like our last 15 starters have been offered a pro contract.
Right.
So I feel like we've gotten to a place where I think guys want to be here, not just because of the basketball, ascension, but because of the DNA of Liberty. And we want to keep getting those dudes that have an alignment with our university and its mission, and want to be here for more than just compensation or just to get to the pros. I think that's what family and brotherhood and being a part of something bigger than yourself looks like.
Yeah. My last question. How is...
Now, you never, when you say it's your last question, you never adhere to that. So this might be the last question for this segment.
The same, but here's my question.
Okay.
How's Kyle Rhodes doing? Now, he is one of our favorite. I mean, we have basketball guys that are some of our favorite.
Absolutely.
Ritchie McKay, Kyle Rhodes.
Yeah.
How's Kyle doing?
I'm actually surprised that Kyle's not here.
Yeah.
We thought
he'll be on soon. We'll get him on after you get a few games under your belt, right? And then you get to listen, and then you say, Kyle, you can't say that.
Exactly.
You can't tell them that.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Just think about it for a second. I want you to. He plays. I don't know how many years, but he's dreamed about playing basketball for a living all of his days that he's been old enough. He signs a contract with the Austin Spurs. They wanted to have him back. He signs a contract, and Coach Pierre leaves for Furman. He jokingly says to me, "I'm ready to go, Coach, if you need me." Yeah, Kyle, whenever you're done playing, let me know. Yeah. Just call me, let me know when you're done playing. We'll find something for you. About 3 days later, no, I was serious.
Whoa.
I said, Kyle, look, don't talk to Jess, pray about it. Call me tomorrow if that's something that you guys agree to do. And he did. And I made him wait because I wanted to make sure that this.
Yeah.
Right. Because look, once you take the shoes off, it's hard to get it back.
Yeah.
Again, he's not MJ.
He's been letting himself go. If you looked at him,
he's not MJ. But man, he is a natural at this.
Yeah.
There's a learning curve that we all have to have. I'm still learning. But Kyle Rhodes will be an unbelievable gift to whatever program he's in all the days of his career.
That's awesome.
He and Jess and Lila, they got a new one. They're a special
Growing
people.
family. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Coach, we appreciate it. It all starts November 3rd. Kentucky Christian in the house, old rivalry. And then the Field of 68 event, Charleston, FAU, both here in your building. Got to pack those games out. That is, listen, people, can I speak to the fans for a second?
Please.
Fans say all the time, oh, why can't we get better non-conference, blah, 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 blah. This is it. Show up, make a difference. This is what you've been asking for. 2 really good mid-majors coming to your building.
No doubt about it. And a shameless plug, you're doing the games.
I'm doing the games.
Oh, yeah.
So that might dissuade people.
So don't stay at home. You watch it online later.
Yeah, watch it online later.
Watch it back, but come to the gym.
Or on your phone at the gym.
Put in the
people don't want to miss you.
Right.
But like Bill Smith told me the other day, our record at home the last 7 years, 103-12.
Whew. Is it really?
Yeah. So if you think about that, man, that's been because of great players, and we've had good fan support.
Absolutely.
But we sacrificed playing home games for this tournament. Like we went on the road 2 consecutive years to play 1 road, 1 neutral, 1 road, 1 neutral to get 2 home games like this. That's a sacrifice. Yeah. And we were last. For us to be admitted in the group, we had to be the last, right? Yeah. So, man, I really hope we can pack the house for those.
It's going to be a great environment.
It'll be fun.
Coach,
guys, thanks for having me.
Hey,
Coach, this is an exciting year.
Yeah.
Do you guys need, well, I don't have an agent anymore. If you guys want to just call me.
We'll call you direct.
Yeah, just call me direct and let me know
You've reached
how.
that level, huh?
Well, I mean,
he
didn't need an agent.
Yeah, listen,
He signed his own contract.
Well, I mean, Emily's always asking for more, right?
know,
I'm just telling you guys, if I get one of those mugs, or I can get my picture on that.
I left him a mug in his office. He's got one in his office.
I want to be on the mug.
Oh, you want to be on the mug? Oh, yeah. We can, listen, I can probably just
like Adam,
we'll figure something out. Yeah.
Don't say, oh.
No, I know. We caught ourselves. Thank you, Coach, for coming on. Good luck this season.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Always great catching up with Ritchie McKay.
Can't beat Ritchie.
Cannot beat Ritchie. Excited for this season and excited for, they have some really good non-conference games this year at home. I know that's not always the case, but with the field of 68 coming here, you play Charleston at home, you play Florida Atlantic here at home. Those are two really good mid-major programs. So get out to those there and I guess the 7th and the 9th of November.
You know what excites me the most about this basketball team is the mix, and I think this is the recipe.
Yeah.
This is the recipe in this day and age for college sports.
Yeah.
It's the mix of returning veterans along with new faces.
Yeah.
And the way that you can take those two and merge those together and then put a great product out on basketball.
Not a lot of people have those veterans that can set the tone, set the culture. Here's the standard that you have to meet. So many, it's all on the coaching staff with all these new guys to try to reteach it every single year. So I think you're absolutely right. Anything else, Joe? You had a good little trip out to California. I
did have a good
football,
trip. Did call the UNC game, and it was a good ball game. Tar Heels were going into we compete. They finally were competitive.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got to see a good one.
Got almost won the ball game, but long trip.
Yeah, you were out. It was late game. Didn't kick till like 10:30 here. I did not see a minute of it, unfortunately.
You were acting.
Can I tell you what I did though?
Acted like.
Can I tell you what I did?
Listening.
I found out this week that you can schedule text messages.
Stop it.
So
Is that what you were trying to tell me?
Yeah. So I scheduled and sent Joe. I scheduled like 4 or 5 different messages I sent Joe throughout the ball game. So I'm like, okay, right about now it's probably like second quarter. I'll send this
No,
one.
you didn't.
Yeah, and I scheduled like, all right, this will be about halftime.
You were listening.
No.
I thought you were listening.
No, it was all during the game. I just scheduled them all out at like 6 o'clock that night and just send them, a little encouragement here, a little like, hey, you're doing great here.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that to kind of keep them up. Yeah.
And the entire time I thought, man, my buddy, he is such a loyal partner. He's up listening to me at 1:30 in the morning.
I mean, to be fair, it took planning on my part. I did have to put some effort in on the front end there.
I respect that.
But knowing I was going to be asleep at like 9:30, there was no chance. So I was like, yeah.
And you know what? I want to let you know something, pal. It really encouraged me.
I'm glad to hear that.
I started dragging a little bit, and then I got that 10:30 text.
Yeah. What's the one I sent you? I sent you're good enough, you're smart enough.
You sent me the Michael Jordan GIF with the guy, Stuart Smalley.
Yeah. I thought you'd like that.
Michael, look into the mirror and tell yourself you're good enough, you're strong enough, and by golly, people like you.
Yeah, I thought you'd appreciate that. Yeah. So I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
Appreciate
All right, hey, listen, we had Ritchie McKay on this week. Next week, we have scheduled Alexis Sherrard to come on the show. And that should be, don't want to jinx them, they play Sunday, their opener. So we could be talking to a 1-0 new head coach
talking hoops.
in Alexis Sherrard.
Ball game.
Yeah, that's right. So looking forward to chatting with him here next week as well, as basketball season is upon us. Very happy for that. Excited for what this season will hold. Again, we have no idea. People keep asking me, when is Emily coming back? When is she coming back? We have no idea. Still don't know. We all hope at some point, but we're going to try to hold it together in the meantime.
I'm having a hard time with
I know. Joe is just an emotional wreck every single week, but we try to get through it 1 week at a time.
Tough.
Hey, thanks for watching. As always, FlameCentral@liberty.edu for any questions that you have. We'll plan on seeing you right back here at the Flame Central podcast presented by OrthoVirginia next week.
Bada bing, bada boom.